Good afternoon. Tim Bennett here with City of Cortland Mayor Brian Tobin. We're here at Courthouse Park. And Mayor, I understand that you want to provide us with a COVID-19 update locally.
So, I, like many people, am adjusting to the mask in public. And even though Tim and I are more than 6 feet apart, it's still good to practice the habits that you're trying to engage in. One of the things I've noticed, though, is it's harder to read people's emotions. So I'm trying to give thumbs up, I'm waving to people, I go like this, it's a smiley face. But bear in mind, it's harder to know what people are thinking because you can't read all their facial expressions. But this is part of the adjustment we have to make.
Totally understand. And with, as you see him doing, and myself, with your mask, you want to be covered, nose and mouth, okay? Nose and mouth. There's many do-it-yourself things online where you can do it out of a sock or out of a sleeve, things like that. Make sure that you are covered, nose and mouth. What are your thoughts on all the do-it-yourself masks? Because everywhere is like sold out.
It's funny watching people be creative. It can be entertaining because I saw a video today, a gentleman with a very long beard took the beard, flipped it up over his face and put sunglasses on. I'm not sure it was the most healthy mask, but it was entertaining. But bottom line, a cloth mask is better than nothing. And the more that we're protecting ourselves, the more we're protecting everybody. So it's a necessary precaution in these times.
Awesome. So, what are your thoughts on, others are also doing like gloves and things like that. Like, what are your thoughts on like how locally people are doing with their social distancing? Are you seeing it as much, less, things like that?
That's a good point because it's not just protecting the face, our hands. So I had to gas up the car. One of the things I did, I took a tissue and credit card in the reader and I swiped it through, sprayed it with rubbing alcohol afterwards. And then to press the buttons, I held the tissue between my hand and the buttons, pressed all the buttons, used the same tissue, holding on to the same side to grab the pump. But protecting ourselves is more than just the face. Our hands, what we touch, because we'll transmit things. So paying attention to what we're doing with our hands is critical as well.
That's funny because with you saying that right now, there's a lot of motorcycle. Gotta love a nice bike. But not only at the gas station, but think about when you go to the bank, to the ATM. What about when you go to Price Chopper or Walmart, Burn Dairy, and you get the milk out, the handle, or the door to go to the post office, your keys, anything, constantly washing, hot water, soap. So off of the social distancing tip, tomorrow night, Common Council meeting. Tell me about that.
Common Council tomorrow night, we're going to be discussing a lot of what's happening in terms of not just the government, but other things in our lives and how are we adjusting. And one of the things I would like us as a community to think about, talk about, what if we need to do this for the next couple of weeks, the next couple of months? How do we make these adjustments so that we don't feel like we're missing out? And there's a lot of great resources in our community. How can we take advantage of those? When what we used to do, our habits, may have to change, well, how do we still maintain healthy habits?
Beautiful. And the beautiful thing about us being online news, I mean, it's in your phone. You know, there's no passing along, so you're social distancing, things like that. But tomorrow night we will, the Cortland Voice will have their Zoom meeting online. So you can check that out. We will share that. Mayor, thank you. One more thing? Go right ahead.
Last thing, I know that a lot of people are concerned in terms of the economy, opening businesses. We need to start having those conversations. And I think everybody realizes the importance, but it has to be, like the governor is saying, a planned approach and a regional approach. So as we're having conversations, that's something that we all have to be aware of. We've got to work together.
Beautiful. And I'll say it again. So as far as the last thing or 2 things ago, the Zoom meeting for tomorrow night's Common Council, we will have that on the Cortland Voice. We will live stream that. We'll also put out the information if you did want to get directly into the Zoom, but we will have it on Facebook Live tomorrow night. Mayor Tobin, would you like to leave a final thought to the community, please?
Very good. Like I said, we have to share how we're feeling. And sometimes a friendly wave, a thumbs up, or a smile goes a long way. So be a good neighbor, protect yourself, and you're protecting others. Thank you.